So total screen time, 81 hours, y'all. Almost 82 hours. And that's this week. It's like an all-in-one tool that I have. I can record on it. I can turn around and edit it, post it, anything relating to content creation. Like I just do on my phone. But you tell that phone right there, when I say full time, honey. Full time, definitely over 40 hours a week. When it comes to tasks, I'm planning, I'm filming, I'm editing, scheduling, posting, engaging is something else, but this is how I manage what time I post and the days and everything. Also, YouTube, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, X, which is Twitter, Snapchat, Threads, that's Instagram Threads, and then TikTok. So I am on all of those at Really Sherika for my real estate service and whatnot. So hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sherika, and in today's video we are going to go over me using my iPhones as a full-time content creator. So yes, I have iPhones. I said iPhones. I have 3 of them. I only showed 2 on the thumbnail because hey, I gotta record with one because I don't have any, like, I don't have like a camcorder or anything. I don't have a video camera, so I like to use my phone. I prefer to use my phone. I prefer to use that because it's like an all-in-one tool that I have. I can record on it, I can turn around and edit it, post it, anything relating to content creation. Like I just do on my phone. So the phone that I'm recording with is my iPhone 14 Pro Max, and then I have, this is a 7, this is a 6S. So yeah, I don't use these ones as much as I use that one. Of course, that's my main phone. That's where I do all of my phone calls, text messages, emails, social media platforms. Well, some of them are actually on the 7, but I will get into that more as the video progresses. But yeah, you guys, so we're going to talk about how I use my iPhone, mainly my iPhones, but I will talk about my other devices too, because I do have my laptop here and I do have my tablet, but mainly my iPhones, mainly that, and then some other things that I use. So we are going to go over all of these things that I have on here. So we're gonna talk about life as a creator, as a content creator. So with that, I'm going to show my screen time with you guys. I'm going to show, I'll show all 3 phones so you can see a little bit, and then we're going to go over the different tasks that I do, like planning and filming and editing and all that stuff, and then we're going to talk about how I manage multiple accounts. I have 13 altogether. I have 4 for my personal page and 9 for my 4 for my personal brand pages, and then 9 for my real estate career, that business. So yeah, 13 altogether. So we're gonna talk about that, and then once I finish that, we're gonna go into tools used. So some of my office supplies that I like to use, my devices. I'll go over all my devices, and then some like apps and softwares that I use. So yeah, just mainly all the things that I use as a content creator. But yeah, my iPhone is the main thing. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna start with life as a content creator, right? So let's start with that. So I said my screen time. So I am using this phone right here to record. So what I did is I went ahead right before I turned on this camera to start filming with that phone. I did a screen recording of my screen time for the iPhone 14. So I'm going to go over that with you guys, and then we're going to go over this one, then we're going to go over this one. But like I said, these 2 ain't going to be that much. Mainly the 14 is the main one that I use. So let me pull that up. Oh, y'all get on my nerve. But okay, so let's pull that up. Let me see. So yeah, I did the screen recording, and I sent it to this phone. I airdropped it to this phone so you guys can see. But let me see, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see it full screen. Come on now, quit playing with me. All right, let me pause that really quick. Okay, so as you can see, already today is at 13. It was at almost 14 hours. Now, as you can see for the YouTube, it's kind of up there. It has 7 hours for YouTube today. But at top you can see it's my iPhone. It's my 14 Pro Max. But so yeah, if it's like that, that means, as you can see, like it's after like 12 a.m. It's been on all that time. So usually when it's like that, I am I'm uploading my YouTube video. So sometimes I just leave my phone on. I leave that on overnight so it can upload, because depending on how long the video is, that's how long, you know, it could take. So yeah, it could, the longer the video is, the longer it takes to upload. So yeah, if it's like that, then that's why, because I don't be on there watching it, definitely not from my phone, no 7 hours from YouTube. So yeah, when it's that high, usually I'm uploading a video. Well, yeah, I'm uploading a video, you know, usually, because I don't be like that. And then the next best thing today, it has almost 3 hours on the app InShot. And so InShot, that is my editing app. That is what I edit on. So not that whole time I'm editing. Half of it I'm editing, and then like another half is what it kind of takes to download. Because yeah, again, just like how it is uploading on YouTube, the longer the video is, the longer it'll take to download. So sometimes I have to leave it on, you know, leave the app on, leave it running, so that it can download. Listen, I also turn my phone on do not disturb, because it takes, like I said, the longer the video, the longer it's going to take, and I don't need any interruptions, you know, no phone calls, because if it like goes off of that app or whatnot, it's probably going to start you over. So to avoid that, I put my phone on do not disturb, because I be having to get these videos out. I just talked about that in the last video that I posted. I post every day on YouTube except Sunday between my 2 different accounts. So my personal account, I post Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So that's this channel here. And then my real estate channel, I post Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So yeah, every day except Sunday. So I have to constantly, you know, keep these videos downloaded and put my phone on do not disturb, so I can get all of that out. But let's see, the next best one is camera. So when I'm on camera, I'm filming. So today it has 1 hour and 3 minutes. So yeah, that's how much time I spent on it filming the last YouTube video. So yeah, I still have to edit that. This is my second one I'm doing today, I believe. So yeah. Next is ChatGPT. Been on that for 1 hour. And so yeah, I'm always on her, you know, looking for new content ideas or needing her to, you know, help me with something related to that. So always on chat. And then let's see what else. So I was on Facebook and Instagram. So all of those platforms on this phone, the phone that I'm recording with, I'm talking about my 14. That's what I'm going over right now. So on that phone, I have my business accounts, so my real estate accounts on there. So most of the time when I'm on those platforms, I am posting. I don't spend a lot of time on it on this phone, because I don't really be having time to really engage and network with others as of yet. I only have enough time to post and get out and, you know, work on something else. Now, as I get like ahead and I'm able to like schedule more posts out, then I can focus on engaging more. But right now, I only have enough time to, you know, schedule my posts or go ahead and post, and I be pretty much out. I don't stay on these apps long. And then Google Calendar. Google Calendar is what I use for my content. It's like it's my content calendar. So I go on there and I put, you know, all of the topics that I'm going to do for each day. So in my Google Calendar, it has, you know, this video, and that this video is coming out, let's see, the 11th, I believe, is what I see over there. So yeah, that's what I have. So that's that. That's just from today. That's just from today. So let me see what else I got. All right, so it breaks it down by category. So for entertainment, this is today. This is just the YouTube one. And again, I was uploading a new video. And then this is my creativity category. So it has InShot, which is my editing app, the camera when I'm filming, photos for, you know, to make sure that I have everything. And then YouTube Studios, I was on that today, showing that in the previous video. So that's that. And then the next one is productivity. Oh, that's the one I just, hold a minute, hold on. Okay, the next one is social. So as you can see, yeah, like I said, I don't be on these platforms long. I just be on there really enough time to give myself enough time to just post for real. I don't be on there too long. So I didn't do the productivity. I thought I did the productivity one. Well, maybe I did. Oh yeah, I did. So that's that one for productivity. So chat is the main thing that I be on. That one, like I said, was 1 hour. I was on Google Calendar and I was on Google Docs. I'll get to that towards the end. So I'll tell you guys what I use that for. And then notes, and so yeah, I'll get into those later. Well, I don't have notes on my list, so I'll tell you now. But you know, notes is where I store my my captions. When I make the post, I go ahead and I, you know, paste all of my captions so that I can have those set, especially like on the days that I'm scheduling like ahead. I go ahead and make my captions then. All right, so let's move on to yesterday. So yesterday was 11 hours, 37 minutes. Well, let me show that first. So that's that. And then so yesterday I was mainly on YouTube. So about 3 hours I was on YouTube. Again, I was uploading a video. So yesterday I was uploading a video for my business, my real estate business. So yeah, that channel, because I didn't post. Yesterday was Friday, so yeah, yesterday was Friday, then I posted on that channel. And I posted on this channel today. But yeah, so for yesterday I spent 3 hours on there, almost 2 hours on InShot, almost 2 hours on camera. So that's almost 2 hours on editing, almost 2 hours on filming, almost an hour on just content things with ChatGPT. And so yeah, those are the main ones. So this one is from Wednesday. This one was 11 hours on the dot. But the main app was InShot. I was on InShot for almost 6 hours. Again, you know, so half of that time I'm probably editing. The other half is me having to wait for it to download. And so yeah, that was the main thing. The next best thing was 58 minutes, and that was messages, so text messages. So yes, y'all, yes. So let's get into, so this is another one here, another long day, Tuesday, 14, almost 15 hours. And yeah, pretty much 8 hours on YouTube. So between uploading and yeah, leaving it on overnight for the video to upload while I sleep. That's what it is. That's what it be. And the other things are just a couple of minutes, nothing too long, just mainly at. So let's move on to weekly. Yeah, so this week it's been 81 hours and 46 minutes. So it's down at the bottom. It's not, you know, this right here is the average. So let me zoom in on that. So total screen time, 81 hours, y'all. Almost 82 hours. And that's this week. So 20 hours was spent on YouTube. So again, like I said, I'm uploading every day except Sundays. So that's why it's 20 hours on YouTube. Because yeah, of course I watch YouTube, but not on my phone. I don't be watching YouTube on my phone. I watch YouTube on my TV. So yeah, but yeah, that's just on uploads. Well, I wouldn't say just on uploads, but mainly uploads. InShot, again, that's the next one, 17 hours on that. So that's my editing app. So I'm spending all of that time between editing and downloading the video to my phone. That's what it's looking like. Next is Facebook. I know I do be on Facebook. I do be scrolling a little bit on there. So that's about 7 hours. Yeah, I do scroll a little bit on Facebook, but again, I be on that phone. It's my real estate page, not my personal page. So yeah, and then let's see, almost 7 hours on chat. You know, again, this is for the whole week, not a day, but you know, for the whole week. But yeah, I'm always on there. I'm always, you know, trying to come up with these ideas and make my content better and whatnot. So yeah, and then let's see, last week I was only on there 59 hours. So yeah, that's a big leap. That's like almost 20, that's about 20 hours extra from 59 to 81. But yeah, because like this week I started posting more on my business page. I wasn't posting on my business page last month. I just started that this month because I'm getting ready to launch. So yeah, that's why the time is like doubling up. But yeah, but last week was 59. And you know, you can get a glimpse of what was going on. That 8 hours at the top is the average. So I didn't have that much activity going on then, but again, I spent 12 hours on chat. So yeah, I was mostly planning, trying to get everything ready for my business, because I was pretty much set on my personal page, because I've been posting all last month except for like a week. I skipped like a week of last month, but other than that, I've been posting pretty much every day. But yeah, so I've been on chat just trying to get my content and stuff together for my business, And then InShot, of course, that's my editing app. Next, Facebook, messages, YouTube, Instagram. So those are the top ones. Let's see what I got. The previous week was 72 hours total. So let me see, I had 20 hours on InShot, it's my editing app. ChatGPT had about 14 hours. Facebook had about almost 11 hours. 7 on YouTube. So yeah, these are common. Nothing I'm surprised about. But I tell you, I've been going all in for myself, pretty much. So that's that. Yeah, that's that, and I'll go over that next. So really quick, I'm just gonna show, I ain't gonna go through every little thing for this one, but I'm gonna do this phone now. So this is my iPhone 7. As you can see today, been on there 4 hours. So YouTube is an hour 45 minutes. Let me see, what time was that? So yeah, so today I uploaded to this page, so that's what it is. And then yeah, I was watching some of my YouTube videos on here, because I started off, I support myself. So the first like 10 views of each video is me, for real. Like, because of course I know exactly what time I'm gonna post it, so I go ahead and I go through my other, you know, accounts, my other email accounts, and go on YouTube and I start the videos off. So the first 10 views are usually me, and then after that I let YouTube do its thing, and you know, I get a little bit more views. So Instagram, I've been on Instagram an hour today. Sometimes I'll scroll on Instagram because this one here has my personal pages, so sometimes I do that. Next best thing is photo on here. So usually when I'm on there, I edit all my videos. I film and edit all my videos on the 14, and then I'll airdrop it to this phone, and then I can go in there and you know, make sure I have everything. And so that's what I usually do in photos. But everything else is, you know, low. I don't do much on this phone. So that's just today. This week daily average is 4, but the total screen time for this week has been 29 hours. So I can't really zoom on this one because this ain't a screen recording, this is the actual one. But as you can see up top, it's my iPhone 7. But yeah, in the corners it says 29 hours 16 minutes. But this week I spent 10 hours on YouTube worth of uploading, 10 hours on Instagram, between posting and just scrolling on there. And then the next best one is TikTok, which was 2.5 hours. So, you know, nothing major. Again, these are my personal pages, so I will post on there. Sometimes I'll be on there a little bit longer. Sometimes when I'm on these platforms, I'm like looking for songs and stuff, so that's something else that I do while I'm on these platforms, trying to pick out songs to use, you know, and save for my upcoming videos. But that's that. This phone, I'm only on this phone for YouTube. As soon as I open the app, that's exactly what was on YouTube. But I'm just gonna show that really quick. So today, what we got? Been on this phone for 2 hours 41 minutes, so almost 3 hours. And as you can see right here, almost use all I got is YouTube. That's the only thing I've been on this phone. But you know, I really don't use this phone for much, because it's a 6 and it can't do much anyway. Plus it don't have enough like storage and what. I think this phone only have 32 gigabytes. Like, oh child. But so yeah, I just wanted to show you guys those. But so those are my screen time. So that's what it's looking like, you know. But you tell that phone right there, when I say full time, honey, full time, definitely over 40 hours a week. Yeah, a week. It just, but I can't be shocked because I do a lot of stuff. So that's what I'm about to talk about now, tasks. So when it comes to tasks, I'm planning, I'm filming, I'm editing, scheduling, posting. Engaging is something else, but like I said, I don't really be having time to engage like that, because I'm like, right now I'm doing it on a day-to-day basis. At one point I was ahead, and then I kind of slowed down a little bit, and so right now I'm trying to record as much videos as I can, so I can, you know, get them edited, get them done, get them scheduled. But right now I don't really have nothing scheduled. I'm kind of like posting as I go, which usually I'm ahead. But managing like all these different accounts, I have my brand and my business, which is 13 accounts total. Like, it's a lot to manage, so I'm trying to get back ahead, but I haven't gotten there quite yet, but I'm getting there. But yeah, those are all the things that I have to do, you know. So I plan on ChatGPT, film on InShot. I film on my camera, I film on my iPhone 14 Pro Max, and then I edit on InShot. I edit my videos, and I also make my thumbnails on there as well. And then I schedule. So when it comes to scheduling, I have these index cards that I use. So these one are organized by day, and then I have another set of these that are the same thing, but it's organized by platform. So if I'm binging, or well, not binging, but if I have batch content, then I'll use my platform. But if I'm only getting ready to post one thing, then I use the one by day. So this is my personal one, and then this is my business one. So I'll show you an example. Today is Saturday, but I was behind today because my video came out late. My video YouTube video, I usually post at 9 a.m. but I didn't get it posted to 11 because I had to finish editing the video and everything. So, but like this is an example of my schedule. Now YouTube on here, when I have YouTube on here, it means YouTube short, because I always do my regular ones at 9 unless it's not ready yet. But yeah, I usually post 9 a.m. So I usually do my scheduling like first thing in the morning, so I'm able to schedule on like Pinterest and my YouTube shorts and my Instagram. And then like for TikTok, for TikTok you have to do it like online, like through the website, and I don't feel like, you know, doing all of that. So what I do is I just do it through my phone. So I have every like day of the week is like a different time, you know, best time to post. So I have alarms on here. What's today? Today is Saturday. Okay, so 8 p.m. is gonna go off for me to post tonight on TikTok. So that's how I handle that. And then for this is my business one. So my business one, like I said, I have more accounts. That one only has 4. This one has 9, so I have all the times on here. These ones don't have exact times, you know, I have like in between times, so I just try my best to stick between those windows. But yeah, so lately I haven't been able to fully like schedule. I think last week I was able to do that. I was able to schedule 4 of like my shorter videos. So for like my YouTube short, my Instagram, and my TikTok, and my Pinterest, all of those I had, you know, already drafted and scheduled and whatnot. But for my long YouTube videos, those take longer, so I ain't had time to pull that off yet. But yes, this is how I manage what time I post and the days and everything. So that's that. What else? Again, it's 13 accounts total. 4 for my brand, 9 for my business. So now, you guys, we can go into the tools. Now I did mention some of these tools and stuff already, but I'm gonna skim through it really quick. So supplies, as a content creator, I love to use my whiteboard. So let's talk about this whiteboard set. Love this down. I ordered this from Walmart. It's double-sided. I don't have nothing on the back right now, but it is double-sided. I like to come on here and, like, you know, just write out different things. I write out my goals, I write out my content ideas, and now this is something I started just this week. I decided to use this to write out everything that I need to mention in my YouTube videos. So now I write it out right before the video, so I can, you know, so I don't forget anything. You know, most people use their phone, which is what I was doing, but I like doing this better, you know, because sometimes I'll be having to use my phone for other things. Like just now I had to, you know, show y'all my screen and whatnot. So instead of all that clicking back and forth, I got what I need to talk about right here on this board. And so it came with all these colors, and then of course the blue. So yeah, so it come with these, come with those markers, and then this eraser. So I love this set, but yeah, now I pretty much use it a lot. I use it a lot as a content creator. I use it a lot for my content. And again, you know, when I'm doing these long YouTube videos, I use it to make sure I mention everything that I'm supposed to mention in each video. So that's that. And then next is, again, this is my index card set. So I use these index cards to keep up with my times and days to post, as well as the platforms. I do have themes as well. So like every Monday is like Tech Monday, and I usually talk about, or I post a video on the devices that I use, my apps, my softwares, those type of things. I give like tips on those and stuff. Those are short videos. And then Tuesday is one of the video days, my long YouTube video days. It's my grind Tuesday, so that's my productivity, work from home type of vibe day, you know. So every day of the week has a different theme. So that's something else that I use the index card for, because this is something that I need on a regular basis. You know, I can't put that on the board. Like for this, you know, I put this on the board, and once the video is done, I can erase it. I'm good to go. This, I need this every single day, every single morning. I get up and I check and see, you know, what time I need to post, and make sure I have everything scheduled and ready to go. So yeah, I have an index card for things that you need on a regular basis. This is the way to go about it. But yeah, so I have the index cards. Of course, I have pins. All of my little colorful pins. I'm gonna show y'all what I have. So let me grab this right quick. This is what I have. This is the whole pack right here. I'm pretty sure this is from Walmart, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I spent like $20 on a pack of pins. I ain't gonna lie to you, you know. It's just crazy, but those are really like the main ones that I use. But if I need some extra ones, other colors, and then those are different ones. Some are gel, some are glitter, and all that type of pastel. So there's different types of pens. But yeah, I love my office supplies. Okay, and then of course, again, yeah, I have paper clips on these to keep them organized because I have 4 different sets. So it would be a mess if I just, you know, was throwing them in there. They would be all over the place. So the paper clips definitely help keep them all together. So yes, I have, and these are the giant ones. So yeah, some paper clips. Let's see, what else. Okay, so that's it for supplies. Moving on to devices. So I ain't tightening them. Well, now y'all see, like, that's why it's double-sided, because this can come up and down. But I gotta tighten this piece. Or you can like hang it on your wall. You just like put a nail, you know, right under this piece, you know, here. You can hold it onto your wall, but I don't ever put it on my wall because I'm always using it. It would have no use just sitting up there. But, okay, hopefully that's good. But so let me move this for a second. Devices. It's my laptop. It is an Acer. That's the brand. I ordered that from Walmart. I've had it for years now. This is my tablet. This is a Kindle Fire HD10. So of course it's by Amazon, but yeah, that's my tablet. Let me see. My tablet, I don't know, like, hold on, let me go on here. Now I will say, like, my laptop, that's more from like my business stuff. Yeah, I do most of my business stuff on here. So my real estate stuff I do on my laptop, but most of the time I'm on my phone. Y'all saw that screen time. It's ridiculous. It's crazy, but most of the time I'm on there. When I'm on here, sometimes not often, but sometimes I do watch my YouTube videos. Well, not my YouTube videos, but I watch YouTube here on my tablet. Sometimes I go on Pinterest and I like to, you know, just go on there, look at pretty pictures. But other than that, I don't really use my tablet. Sometimes I come on here and play games, but I haven't played games on here in like months, like at least a month. Well, no, over a month. But yeah, y'all, I've been so focused on getting all my content since I started that posting last month. I've been so focused on that, I haven't been playing games, so I don't really be on here a lot. Like I said, business on my laptop. This phone, this is where I post all of my personal stuff, except YouTube. YouTube, I always upload it from that phone because I record on that phone and the videos are longer and I don't feel like, you know, airdropping it to this phone and whatnot, so I just leave it on there. But the shorter videos, I airdrop it to this phone so that I can post my YouTube shorts, my TikToks, my Instagram, and my Pinterest posts for my personal pages. So that's what I use this for. This is just if I need an extra set of hands or whatnot, if I need an extra device for something. So I may be doing something on that phone and then pulling up my notes or something on this phone and need the calculator on this phone. Like, that's really what it is. But y'all saw, like, I was only on YouTube on this one today. I do not use this one as often. Again, this is a 6S. This is a 7. That's it. So that's it for devices. Again, I'm recording with the 14 Pro Max. So that is all my devices. And then last but not least, apps and software. So I done talked about most of those. Again, as I just said, I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok for my personal pages. And then I will show you guys what I'm on for my business pages. I'm going to pull up the screen recording from that phone because I do not have all of these on the other phone. But I'm on all 9 of these platforms on the 14 Pro Max because those are all of the accounts that I have my real estate business on. So YouTube, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, X, which is Twitter, Snapchat, Threads, that's Instagram Threads, and then TikTok. So I am on all of those at Really Sherica for my real estate service and whatnot. So yeah, I have those. And then also LinkedIn. I mean, the link tree. I have the link tree because it's a lot of accounts. So I do have that on there. Let's see. So for content, of course, there's the camera app. I have my InShot app that I use for my editing. My photos is where all my, you know, photos, videos, and stuff are stored. Sometimes I use Canva. I don't really use Canva much. Now I know I'm going to be using it a lot for my business, but right now I don't really use it because, like I said, I do my thumbnails on InShot, but everything else I don't really use. Like I prefer InShot over CapCut for me. But yeah, so those are my content apps. That's what I have it labeled as. Let's see what's next. Stats. So yeah, I do use YouTube Studio. I go in there and I look at, you know, my stats for YouTube. You know, I mainly go in there to see how much closer am I to monetization. I'm trying to see how close I am to getting monetized because that's my focus. But also, yeah, because everything else I can pretty much see. Most of the stuff I can see from YouTube itself, you know, like the my subscribers, I can already see that on the YouTube app. But I gotta go to Studio to see my monetization. Let's see what else. My business, I haven't done that yet. Sooner or later I'll put my real estate service on there. HubSpot is what my website is through for my real estate business, so I have that. Let's see. And then yeah, so that's stats. Next is schedule. So I mainly use Google Calendar in that. So these are some, I don't be using all of these apps, y'all, but yeah, Google Calendar is the main thing I use on here. Again, that is my content calendar. So I use that. Let's see, this is documents. The main thing I use on here is Google Docs. So a lot of times what I'll do is, okay, I have ChatGPT on my 14. So what I'll do is I'll like have her help me generate some captions and whatnot, and then I will paste it into Google Docs so that I'm able to pull it up on this phone since I don't have chat on this phone. Again, this is an iPhone 7. The updates are not, you know, good enough for chat to be on this phone, so that is how I do it. I'll just, you know, generate it on that phone and then put it in my Google Docs so I can have it on this phone. Because I could do it through Notes, but I would have to send it to myself because that phone is more, my iCloud is it's hard to explain, but it don't be updating. When I type things out on that phone, everything that I type on that phone don't appear on this phone, but everything that I type on this phone for notes will appear on that one. So it's something with the iCloud where, you know, that one is more up to date and everything. So complications, but yeah, so that's what I use Google Docs for. The rest of those stuff is more for my real estate business. So yeah, and then then here I have chat, and then I have notes. So those are the main things that I use. Now I do use notes for that phone because all of my real estate business pages is on that one, and so basically I can just copy and paste it into my notes for that. But like I said, I'm always on chat, love chat down. And so yeah, let me see. I think that's everything I talked about. All the platforms, InShot, ChatGPT, Google Calendar, Google Docs. So yeah, you guys, that is everything. But I hope this helped you guys kind of see. I was about to get him. I saw a little net. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you guys see like what it's like being a full-time content creator. Again, yes, like I do have this real estate business. I haven't launched it yet. So when I launch that, it is going to be more work for me to do. But at the end of the day, even with this business, I still have to get up every day and promote this business. So I'm still going to be a content creator at the end of the day, you know, because I have to be on these platforms promoting my business, especially as a service that's work from home. You know, I'm not out networking, you know, a lot of times. So I gotta use the social media. I gotta use that to keep all of this stuff going. But you know, I hope this was like a realistic thing for you guys to see all the things that I have to do and that I use with me at my desk and all that stuff. So I hope you guys found it beneficial, and I will see you guys in the next one.